You know, I've been thinking about how organizational culture changes during transformations,
Yeah.
and it's really interesting how it can shift even before any actual changes happen.
Wait, so you're saying the culture changes proactively?
Exactly. It's like the mere announcement of a transformation triggers a shift in
Hmm,
mindset. People start adapting mentally in anticipation.
that's really fascinating. I always thought culture was slow to change.
Well, typically, yes. But when there's a critical event like announcing a major reorganization, it accelerates the process.
So the announcement itself acts as a catalyst? It
Exactly.
creates uncertainty, and people adjust to cope with it.
Right, and they begin to shift their values and beliefs even before the changes are implemented. It's a
Yeah,
proactive adjustment.
but doesn't that challenge the idea that culture lags behind organizational change?
Absolutely, it does. This shows that culture can be both proactive and reactive in relation to transformation.
So in a way, the culture is leading the change?
Exactly. It's
Right.
preparing the organization to better handle the upcoming changes.
Do you have an example of this happening?
Yes, there's a case study of New West, a district organization in Amsterdam. They experienced this exact phenomenon.
Oh, tell me more about that.
So they went through a merger in 2010, and in 2012, a strategy report announced a major reorganization. After the announcement, their organizational mindset started to
Wow.
shift.
What changed in their culture?
Their core values shifted from result orientation to performing essential tasks. It's like they focused on just getting the necessary work done amidst all the uncertainty.
I see. So they adapted proactively to deal with the stress?
Exactly. It's a coping mechanism that helps them navigate the uncertain period.
But was this change sustainable? Did it last?
Well, that's the thing. The study couldn't determine if a new sustainable cultural equilibrium was achieved. The process was still unfolding.
So the proactive change might not always lead to a lasting cultural shift?
Right, without collective internalization of new values, the culture might revert back.
Makes sense. So what implications does this have for leaders managing change?
Leaders need to be aware that cultural shifts can happen quickly, and they should support employees from the moment change is announced.
But isn't it challenging to manage both the transformation and the cultural changes simultaneously?
It is, but understanding that culture is dynamic allows leaders to better navigate the process.
I wonder, could proactive cultural change ever hinder the transformation?
That's a valid point. If the
Yeah.
new cultural values conflict with the transformation goals, it could create resistance.
So leaders need to align the proactive cultural changes with the intended direction?
Exactly. They must guide the cultural shift to support the transformation.
It's a delicate balance.
It is. And that's why more research is needed to understand these dynamics fully.
Definitely. It's an area that can benefit organizations undergoing change.
Absolutely. By recognizing that culture can be proactive, leaders can better prepare for and manage change.
This really challenges traditional views on organizational culture.
It does, and it shows that culture is more fluid than we might have thought.
Well, this has been enlightening. Thanks for sharing these insights.
Anytime, always great
Yeah.
to discuss these topics.